The views and opinions expressed here belong to the person saying them and do not necessarily reflect those of everyone involved. Basically, if someone says something wild, don't come after the rest of us. We're just as confused as you are. Oh, and just a heads up, sometimes a few colorful words slip out. You've been warned.
On the inside. Take the hat off. Let me see. Does it say 1 of 1?
No.
Or 1 of 2, I mean.
Oh, wow.
It's not 1 of 1.
It's a one. I meant 1 of 2. All right. I felt instantly bad when Jimmy sent me that hat, and I instantly felt bad when I sent the hat back at him to him. I felt disrespectful about sending it back to him, but then after I sent it to him and I shipped it, I thought like, oh man, Jimmy's gonna take it the wrong way that I didn't want the hat. But I felt bad that there was only 2 of them and I had 1 of them. So anyway, okay, that was all. I don't want to talk about that during the podcast. We can talk about anything else.
I didn't feel bad begging him for it.
You begged him for it?
Look in the corner.
Oh shoot! You can edit that part out. Edit that.
No,
part
it's
out.
good. It's good, dude.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were live.
No, I'll tell you, Jimmy felt bad that you sent it back. He thought like.
No, that's what I wasn't. But I didn't want it to be like that. I just felt awkward that I kept. There's only 2 of them, so like, why would I keep it then?
Yeah, I actually had started to design a hat, the similar script hat. Then I realized, and when I saw Jimmy's hat, mine would have been identical, other than the tiny, small vintage sports in the corner. So you can't. I didn't want to bite Jimmy's idea. So it's an awesome hat.
It's the best hat. I think everybody should bite Jimmy's idea. I love my black one, and like now I got to wear it. I'm going to wear the white one because I need to show it off.
Yeah, but when it gets dirty,
love it,
you get dirty though.
I got to be careful with this one because it's a white hat, and like I sweat in all my hats because I'll do work and stuff like that. So I'm not of the ilk that should be wearing a white hat. I can't even get it straight.
Keith's not wearing it. I've never seen Keith without a hat.
Well, yeah, I'm going right to work. So I was going to wear a special hat for the occasion. My little eye hit the cup. But I want to. I don't want to mess my hair up for work because my hair is.
You can't wear a hat at work.
No, if I'm in surgery or something, I'll wear like a surgical cap. But not for seeing appointments, and I'll wear a hat.
Oh,
I'd like to.
Oh, so you could. Do you know what you're gonna do when you get to work? Wait, so people don't know. I think it's the most amazing thing. We have a doctor on the show, Mike. We replaced Joe with a doctor. This guy can solve animals, any kind of animals problems. But I learned last week he's scared of spiders.
Well, I figured you'd be afraid of a doctor since that's the only person you have to get naked in front of, Dan.
Well, I'm crazy about my ultrasounds. I'm crazy about my.
We do have an ultrasound on my work, dogs. Dan. Yeah.
Do you?
They make the dogs get naked, Dan.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I was cracking up at that.
Well,
overly protective of my dog.
No, absolutely, Dan. Yeah, I get that. Me too. I hate working on my own dogs for that reason. I mean, I do, but
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. My old dog, Oscar, and some people might know if they've been watching me long enough. They won't know this. Maybe I probably have said it before. I called off of work one time because I was taking him outside to use the bathroom before I went to work, and he got stung by a bumblebee. And Keith, I was under the impression that bumblebees cannot sting you. They won't sting you. Is that? Can you?
Yeah, I think. I mean, some carpenter bees don't. I think a male doesn't. A female can. So it depends on the sex of the bee. Yeah, maybe the bee. Maybe both.
This bumblebee. This is like 2010, and so 15 years later, there's a bumblebee that just hangs around my deck all summer. Every year, it's there. It was out there yesterday, and
it's not a carpenter bee. It's a bumblebee.
It's a bumblebee.
That's what I thought. Carpenter bee too.
But so anyway, I was under the impression that I never did anything. So I took Oscar outside to use the restroom before I went to work, and this bumblebee used to just kind of like follow Oscar around. Oh man, I used to do that the other way. And anyway, like Oscar was a puppy kind of. Well, so he would like want to play with it or whatever. So I didn't think they could do anything. All of a sudden, it attached itself to Oscar's face and stung him. So I freaked out. I called off of work and took him to the vet, like emergency vet. You know, it's $40 for a visit, and then they gave him like basically a Benadryl, I think.
Yeah.
And I did that. And then other time I had this. Oh my god! I wanted to.
It's a good story, but you're assuming that's the same bumblebee every time. It's like one.
Well, I don't think
bumblebee
it's the same one. It's
okay.
It's an heir to the one before.
Yeah, just an ancestor.
Yeah, because I don't know. I've killed them too. Because I'm trying to clean shoes. You know, I got a business to run over here. I don't know if I'm a struggling reseller.
You're out there murking bumblebees.
I spraying wasp spray at it. Because in the front we had I guess a yellow jacket. Was it wasp or no, not wasp. It was like a yellow jacket, or maybe it was. I don't know.
Yellow jackets are the ones that are like yellow, black on the.
Well, I'm trying to picture them in my brain.
Or on the thorax. Thorax is the rear. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
No, thorax is probably the chest, but I don't know my bee anatomy that well, but
I thought you were a doctor.
Yeah, I've never worked on a bee. Worked on a lot of stuff, but not a bee.
Okay.
Hold on, we gotta. I gotta look it up. Y'all keep talking about this.
I think it's a thorax and the abdomen would be my guess of the two body parts of a bee, but I like to learn too, Mike.
Well, what's your favorite thing to work on? Probably. I mean, that sounds weird to say that because it's probably
no. I mean, I see a lot of exotics as well, like snakes and lizards, and we see a lot of birds. I personally don't see birds.
What does someone bring a snake in for? Do they get like shots?
Abdomen.
Yeah, abdomen. Yeah, no vaccines for them. No, they come in if they're not eating, if they're sick. Generally, occasionally they're wellness visits. Usually they're sick visits for reptiles.
Oh, really?
So,
that's sad.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a big snake. So you like have you worked on a king cobra?
No, we don't see anything venomous. I don't think they're legal where I work.
What's the craziest thing you worked on?
Huh. Good question. I mean, a lot of the exotics like sugar gliders, I like working on. They're pretty cool. They're like the flying squirrels.
Okay.
Like you see the
people
TikToks.
Have those as pets?
Yeah, people have them as pets. Yeah. So you'll see those TikToks with the sugar gliders soaring through the air into the people's hand. They're pretty fun. They're nasty. They bite, but they're cool.
Have you ever worked on a kangaroo?
No kangaroos.
I'm getting to that because I've started a new segment every week. It's called Current Events. I just started it last week.
Oh,
he's not a veterinarian at a zoo.
Yeah,
like
they could have. Nobody
bring the kangaroo into a veterinary clinic.
It was a petting zoo, and this guy got killed by a kangaroo. They think in a petting zoo in South Carolina.
Oh wow.
They don't know. They're going to do an autopsy. That's Current Events this week. Other than that, that the Pope is from America.
So nobody saw it happen. They just found him dead with a kangaroo.
I mean, I think allegedly, I'm alleging this. I saw an interview on Inside Edition. That's where I get most of my sources are Inside Edition and TikTok. That's where I get all my news. That and That is Rad. Those are where I get my. Those are those are all my news outlets that I get information from. So take it with a grain of salt.
Credible sources.
I watched this interview of the brother of the guy who got killed. Either he owns the petting zoo, so it could go one or the other way. He says the kangaroo didn't do it. Either he's lying because then he could be probably liable because he owns the kangaroo, right? Or
yeah, sure.
He hired the kangaroo as a hitman to take out his brother. But it said his brother liked to rustle the kangaroos, which is really weird. Like, why would you want to do that? And the other
thing sounds like an intriguing story.
Who has a kangaroo at a petting zoo to begin with? That sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the Pope. Yeah. The Pope is from Chicago. And his
favorite
pizza place is my mom's favorite pizza place. How crazy is that?
And on a reselling topic, I mean, he went to Villanova, which is like 10 minutes from me, and I was enrolled there briefly. But be on the lookout for Villanova yearbooks and those 70s yearbooks, a little Pope.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Signature. Yeah, I've ruined it as a bolo now, but if you're out there.
I mean, our listeners probably appreciate that. I thought you were going to say, because you're doing a first break on Did It cards.
Yep.
This week it's modern cards.
First one?
Oh, of him. Yeah. Rod did one last week. And then Tim does one today, the day this comes out.
Yeah.
But they had Tops Now. They had the Pope Pope card that came out.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like the current Pope or the previous?
Yeah,
Pope?
the brand new, like the
wow.
the Pope. Yeah, I bought one. You want one?
Hmm.
I might put it up on Did Cards.
Oh, I'll bid then. Unless we're running together, I'll get in a separate account.
Oh yeah, we do, and we have a show. We have a show tonight, and I need people. If you enjoy cards, come and hang out with Keith and I in our show today on Did Cards, because I'm scared about tonight's show. I need people to be there because I put a lot of work into this week's show for myself.
Wow, it's gonna be an exciting one then.
I hope so. I guess probably the best cards I've ever had.
I put in no work. for it, but
yeah, but you have a warehouse.
Yeah, but I do the card show from my office here. But I do have my break is on this Thursday tomorrow when this comes out. I'm doing Donruss Optic Football and an 89 score pack right there, so it's gonna be fun.
Who can get in score?
That's Deion Sanders rookie, Barry Sanders rookie, Thurman Thomas, Derek Thomas,
pretty good.
Troy Aikman, couple Cowboys, Irvin, Mike.
Which one are you doing? 89 what Tops?
89 score, but mainly to Donruss Optic Football. It's like a new break, but I threw in one vintage for a little vintage flair, one vintage pack.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Which one are you gonna break first?
I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it up to the chat. I'm to be determined, I think. Maybe I'll do the blasters and then the score and then the mega.
So which one's going to be like? This is interesting to me because I wanted to reach out to No Bangers because I would love to see them do what's a top 10 of the junk wax era? Like what are your cards that you need? And like a lot of the 89s, they're going to fall in there. Well, I won't say. I guess they don't redefine, but what do you consider junk wax? 87 to 96, 97?
Yeah, I would say definitely 80, maybe 86 to 93, something like that. I think when you get into I wasn't collecting in the mid 90s. So you had Jeter and Shaq. So maybe that's a little less junk wax coming into the Jeter time frame, but definitely the late 80s, early 90s is I would say the heavy area of junk wax. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the 86 was. 86 was the
black top.
Yeah, the name up top. The Cecil Fielder rookie card, like the big name on top.
The team across the top with the black.
Yeah.
Those are like my favorite. I was just looking. So like, because I don't do a lot of junk and modern or like vintage. Like vintage is cool to me, but I don't know. I just not really my thing. So the thing I liked is when I see an older card or player and they're on modern stuff. I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I like those cards too.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw the 86 one was like Topps Chrome makes one of those, and that's like my favorite one. So I was like, oh, I should get some players I liked with those designs. Anyway,
I haven't seen them yet. I'll have to be on the lookout for them.
I just was because I was just looking on eBay. Might have to get like an Aaron Judge or
a Cub player.
I don't
there
really
any good Cubs players right now?
Yeah, I just I got it right here because I sold it yesterday. It was a Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh yeah, I saw that in your show. Yeah, that was the son of the girl from Rookie League.
Yeah,
what was this show?
Little Big League. You remember the Little Big League movie?
Yeah,
from like the early '90s, I think, or maybe mid '90s. He was. It was. I remembered watching it, and I probably haven't seen it in years. I don't know where it's from, but the mom in that is this guy's mom in real life.
That's cool.
Yeah, I sold this on eBay yesterday. I'm sorry, I didn't sell it on Dibdit Cards. I'm sorry. I tried, Mike. I tried selling this on Dibdit, and no one wanted it, so I gave up.
Isn't the mom in Little Big League? Wasn't that Renee Russo? Wasn't she a mom in some? I thought it was in something.
She's definitely in something. Yeah. Well,
I need to see this now.
I need a Little Big League is the kid. He's like the owner and the manager of the Twins.
He inherited the team and
inherits it.
Oh, from his grandpa, maybe.
Yeah,
it's not the Sandlot, okay? It's not the Sandlot, and it's not Rookie of the Year either. So,
are these your favorite baseball movies, Dan?
Probably Field of Dreams.
Yeah, me too.
Like Field of Dreams. Yeah, you can't beat that. And then
major league, big major league fan.
And probably third, maybe. I'm trying to think. Field of Dreams, Sandlot. Those are like 1A, 1B, honestly, probably. Because they're like different. Well, even as a kid, I loved Field of Dreams.
I feel like Sandlot, I was a little too old for Sandlot when it came out. So that was like, that's a little younger generation. I mean, you're a little younger than me.
Yeah, just a little bit. But, man, that sucks. Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, I like it. It's not like a favorite of mine.
Wait, how old are you, Keith?
49.
49. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm 45.
I'm 44.
We watched that in middle school. I
Sandlot?
want to say we watched it in middle school on, you roll in the big TV cart and you got the VCR and everything. Like, we're gonna watch the Sandlot today.
And I'm the Commonwealth picker of this episode. It sounds like. Man.
That's right.
Wait, so what's your favorite baseball movie?
Mine, Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Oh, she was in Major League 2. She was Tom Berenger's like love interest or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know
Tom
who you're
Berenger's
talking
the
about.
guy in there.
I was gonna look her up and I forgot.
Yeah, she's in Major League 1 also. Yeah, same one, Lynn. So she was the love interest with Tom. Because wasn't Tom Berenger in? Who was in Major League? Who was
Charlie
like the
Sheen?
old guy that?
Oh gosh, I can hear his voice right now.
Crash Davis, is that the? No, that's a different. Well, but Tom Berenger is like the veteran guy who's like sort of the mentor for some of the younger players on that team. Well, maybe I'm thinking of Bull
Corbin
Durham.
Bernstein.
I wasn't thinking of Major League. I was thinking of the Little Big League is the one where he inherits it, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
But one of the players is like his I guess like mentor or whatever, or like the guy he looks up to, and then like he ends up getting with the mom or something. Is that it? And like, isn't that the one?
Yeah, that might be a Little Big League, I think. Yeah.
I might have to see where that's at now.
I'm confusing a lot of movies in one.
Renee Russo, I just watched her in a movie a couple weeks ago. I just watched Ransom. I knew the name sounded familiar.
Ashley Crow is the one that plays Jenny Haywood.
Okay.
Billy's mom.
I should have kept this card. I shouldn't have sold it. That's okay. So Keith, what's your favorite Disney movie?
What
that's
like
tough.
So you're a little bit older. Huh?
I'm not a Disney fan at all, so that's a tough.
Yeah. Why is that? Is there political reasons or?
No, I'm an apolitical person overall. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is Shrek even Disney? Is that Disney? That's not.
No, that's
no.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know if I even like a Disney. I mean, I've seen a lot of them. When you're dating. When I was dating my wife, you had to watch them like move on kind of stuff
kids.
Back in the day. And I've watched them with my kids, but I'm not saying I love any of them. I can't.
Damn old foreign Snow Whites and stuff. What the hell are you thinking, Dan?
I didn't know. I didn't.
Maybe Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid.
CGI Lion King.
That's the one you pick of all the Disney movies.
Yeah, that's only one I can think of.
Because you didn't like you didn't hate Sandlot, but Sandlot was a little bit before your time. So I'm thinking, Disney.
So that immediately goes to
maybe you would say like, well, because I was just talking about when I was watching Inside Edition yesterday with my mother. We were talking. I somehow did. There must have been something with Disney on there. It came up, and I asked. I was talking about. It was the. I guess this might be. The Belichick's girlfriend, she's like 24 years old. She was in a Maine. She was in a state pageant for Miss USA, and they were showing her on there. And I just go to my mom. I go, she looks mean to me. And my mom, she goes, she does look a little mean. And I go, I saw a TikTok because that's where I get my news that her like her face and her body or whatever is people are saying she looks like Ursula from The Little Mermaid when she becomes a person. Like if you remember that movie, when she becomes a real person, she looks like she's a pretty girl, and in the movie Ursula is a octopus.
Dad, I have a request for your channel. Can you do like an hour show a day of just you and your mom watching Inside Edition, eating cheese and crackers? I think that would be a major hit. Think she would go for it? Think your mom would go for it?
Taken. By my mom.
Cheese and crackers with
Cheese
Mama
and
Demand.
crackers with Dan and
I'm
Demand.
sure my mom. Well, she doesn't. Well, sometimes Saturdays I'm not allowed to come in the house on Saturdays. I have to. She just throws Dodger in the car and takes. She's had enough of me for the week.
Crackers and cheese to go, or no? You can know.
No, I
Yeah,
asked
you're
her. I'm like, "Where's my cheese and crackers?" She's like, "Not today." Not
See you Monday. Come back.
today.
So I got to talk about this because you gotta forgive me. I love all pets. I do. But like, show Dodger. Dodger's just chilling in the background, right?
Dodger's not here.
Dodger's not there at all.
He's at my mom's.
Already it's 9 o'clock, Dan.
She gets him at 8:30. He's got to go on his walk, and then he eats at 9:30.
We're gonna get Dodger next week because Dodger is the epitome of a canine Butterface. Like Dodger looks like a normal dog, and Dan turned Dodger around last night. I was like,
Dodger's so cute, man.
I mean, I've only seen him sleeping when he points down.
look at that dog.
Yeah, he's not there.
It's not what you expect, because you expect like some wire-haired terrier or something. They turned around and some half-breed Pomeranian or
come on, man,
Yorkie.
You know he looks like he's my dog though. Wait, see that? Look at that armoire back there. I got to get rid of that thing. God.
You need a damn armoire, dude. Hey, so Mav's got the #1 pick. We got to talk some sports since we got Keith on here. Oh yeah, welcome to Reseller Leftovers Podcast, episode 80.
That's Ursula.
We know what Ursula looks like, Dan. Welcome to Reseller Leftovers Podcast, episode 80. We got a special guest today. This is crazy. We're doing this 21 minutes in. We have Keith's Vintage Sports Flips.
What's going on, guys?
Look, how is
Thanks
he
for
not
having me.
cute? Sorry.
Well,
He's good. Good looking dog.
He's a good looking dog, right?
He's like fresh and groomed there.
It's what I expect babies to look like when they come out of the birth canal. Just, I'm a huge advocate of ugly baby syndrome. They grow out of it, but like 80% of babies are ugly when they come out. And I'm like,
that's not nice.
What?
Look at this picture. He's sleeping. Look at his legs.
not even fitting in the bed.
Yeah, see, it looks perfectly fine. It does, but when you turn him around, that doesn't. When you look at him like from the backside, or he's facing away from you or anything, you do not expect him to turn around and be like a wire-haired Yorkie. Like, he's got a total Yorkie face.
Yeah.
My God, save this for the dogs only fans, okay?
Well, I'm just saying, Mike. I hope my mom doesn't listen to this because she's not
She
gonna.
loves Dodger.
I asked her last week, and Dodger is her favorite dog of all the dogs she's ever had of all time. I mean, we haven't had the world's greatest dogs forever, but I've heard stories.
Does your mom normally listen to the podcast?
She does, yeah. I don't know about every episode, but she does.
Oh,
I tell her. She's some kind of supporter.
Mrs. In Demand, I apologize. Dodger is so handsome.
Yeah, there you go.
It's unbelievable.
You can say he's annoying. In a good way, I guess. She gets mad. I'm sorry.
I think all dogs are. I mean, you got to meet our dogs last night. And like that one will come in here, and it doesn't matter if it's a $10. I was telling Dan, if it's a $10 plus shipping, he'll be like, "No, that's mine," and he'll like take it out. I'll be like, well, I was gonna run that on Dibdit. Like, if it gets to like $20, then I have issues. I think the most I've ever done, he ate a rare one.
Oh no!
But, he doesn't eat them. It's weird as shit. Toby will. He'll just grab it, and like if they have like he likes the plastic eyeballs from like the vintage ones. Nowadays you have everything like stitched in, but Toby will just eat the eyeballs out of it. It's really sadistic. It's crazy as shit. But he'll eat the eyeballs, pull all the stuffing out, and then he'll just like, all right, I'm done with it, and just waste this plush for that little morsel, those two little morsels. Anyway, Dan told me last night, I was unaware, I hadn't paid attention, but Mavericks got the number 1 pick. Was it a setup?
Yeah, you don't think? I mean, it does sort of scream a little controversy, and I'm not a person who believes in conspiracy theories, but yeah, when you make the trade like they did, and which was, I mean, just giving LA a huge player, and then you get the number 1 overall pick. I'm sure there will be conspiracists out there about
With a
that.
1.3% chance, was it?
Yeah. I mean, they had very low shot. That's crazy. It happens. And then it happens to the Sixers.
I tuned in because I was hoping the Bulls would somehow be able to get it. Not that I don't even think I can watch a Bulls game on TV. I'm not sure.
You can't.
I don't know. I can't. They're never on TV. I couldn't find them ever this year, so probably not. I don't know what station. I think you have to have. I don't know what service you need to watch a basketball game in your local market on. So I was just kind of praying the 76ers didn't get them, and I didn't really want the Spurs to get them either because the Spurs have had. They got Wemby 2 years ago, and then they just said that they don't deserve like another. I mean, not deserve, but why do they get another pick? But anyway,
I mean, the Sixers did pretty well. Yeah, that's good for Dallas. Sixers did well though, and they moved up, and they would have lost their pick if they dropped below 6, I think.
Okay.
So they kept it. They're number 3. No, the top 2 is where you want to be, I guess. But yeah. I don't watch a ton of college sports though. Admittedly, I mean, I know top few guys, but I'm more of a pro guy.
Oh yeah,
football first for sure. Then I watch all major sports.
How would you be? Yeah, and you said you're not a conspiracy theorist. I mean, of course, because you're an Eagles fan, and they stole the Super Bowl from the Bears.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah.
When the hell was this?
The Bears were like
1937.
No, I just mean like the Bears were obviously the best team in the league, and there was they did that Hail Mary thing that just.
Oh, the Lions game. Is it the Lions game?
The against the Commanders.
Oh yeah, the Commanders game. Yeah, and the Lions game was a brutal ending too. And I was rooting hard for Bears.
When was this, Dan?
I'm talking about. Yeah, they would have been if they would have got those 2 games. What would they had like 5 wins, Dan? If they had those 2 wins, what was their record?
Like, what is it? 14-3, I think.
14-3. Yeah.
He's flashed back to 86, the 86 Bears, the 85.
I think it was better than the Cowboys, though.
Shut up, Dan. Our quarterback's been injured. Okay,
I was trying. I was trying. Keith and I have this plan for our Did It Card Show. We're going to be homers. We're like completely. I always like to say delusional stuff about the Bears, so I wanted to throw that in there. So it didn't work very well. I'll have to think of something different.
It was good. I mean, but if I'm a homer, it's not delusional. Whatever the opposite of delusional is, illusional. I'm illusional about the Eagles.
I don't know why we get another Philly guy on here when we're just filling in for a Philly guy.
I know.
If you don't have a guy from Philly on, you get a guy from Philly to come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good replacement. Yeah. Go Birds.
Hey, I did say I got my biggest win was getting Keith to bid on the Aikman jersey. He didn't win,
and I will admit I tried to bid again, but the app glitched on me. I would have kept going because there was good value in that Aikman. I'll sell Cowboy stuff.
I was tagging you. I was watching Dave on Thread Show last week, and he had a awesome starter 49ers jacket. I'm trying to get you to come bid on that.
I saw the tag after the fact, and I clicked on it, but it couldn't really. It was already done at that point.
It was just I was gonna give you a hard time about the Niners.
I mean, it's to the point now where I hate the 49ers more than the Cowboys, which is hard for my soul to admit anyone is taking the spot, but I love the 49ers.
I don't know. You hate the 49ers more than you hate the Cowboys?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. Just a whiner franchise. I mean, Dallas is sort of like you sort of have sympathy for them at this point, right? They're a sympathetic figure. But the 49ers fans are just obnoxious. Bang, bang, Niner gang people out there.
I guess that's the same. So, I always rank most obnoxious college because I'm in Texas. I'm a Longhorn fan, but I always thought it was OU because anytime you deal with OU, you'll have Sooner fans go to Dallas Stars games, or you'll have them at Rangers games or Cowboys games. there's a big population right there in Dallas, and Dallas is super welcome during the Red River rivalry at the Cotton Bowl. So it goes on at the State Fair. And nothing's better than when Texas beats OU and OU people are just like, we're going to get out.
Yeah.
If OU wins, more often than not, you'll have more people stick around and attend the fair. So it'll increase the crowd and like increase the lines and everything. But these people are just like this, like wherever they go, it's like they'll be like eating breakfast, like friends, like I'm like, y'all are stupid. Like, how the hell does this even apply? Even in professional sports, they'll do horns down. And then you move to Columbus, Georgia, where you have the battle of the most obnoxious between Georgia fans going roo, 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 Bulldogs all the way, and everybody's sister, brother, mother, cousin going roll tide, roll tide, roll tide. And it's just, that's the way that they communicate. And you're just like, man, you people ain't that bad when you mix in those other two.
That's funny.
But professional, I think you mix. I don't know. For us, it's Philly.
Yeah,
I always give Joe a hard time because y'all burn your town down in celebration. I mean, that's the go-to thing. It's like absolutely crazy.
I think that's everywhere though. That didn't happen last year. This past year, it was pretty peaceful.
No, not like Philly. Not. I don't know. I think Eagles, are they as bad as the like Raiders in Oakland were? I don't know.
It's close. I mean, I go to every home game and I've seen fights. At the most you're going to get if you're going in there. Like if I brought they're playing the Bears at home in the Link this year, Dan. If you came to the game with me, you'd probably get chant the a-hole while you're walking in, but that's just a friendly like welcome, right? The a-hole chant. That never hurt anybody. But I will say the Eagles, Dallas, like the hatred Eagles fans have for Dallas. For me, it's like less about like you, Mike, people from Dallas, people from the South who follow the Cowboys. But like those, like there's a lot of Philadelphia-based Cowboys fans, and they're like the black sheep of the family. Nobody likes them. They just want to be different. I want to follow the Cowboys because everyone hates the Cowboys, and they're just like a hated community of people. So that's where a lot of that festers in Philadelphia. It's like those outliers in the city who'd never been to Dallas. They couldn't even point out on a map, but they were a Cowboys fan. So I like Texas Cowboys fans.
I can see that. Hold on, I'm gonna look up these. All right, 1989 score. How do you think it's gonna do? Best team's gonna be the Lions, yeah.
Yep. And that's why I did it, because I thought it'd be interesting because the big teams are the Bears, the Commanders, Denver, New England, the big quarterbacks. But 89 score, the big teams would be like Dallas, Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo. Those teams are not great in the modern optic stuff, this year's optic. I mean, they're okay, but they're not like the big teams. So I think it'll blend out a little bit, give some of those other teams a little bit of a boost. So, and I'm fine the first time if I lose money. I'm expecting to lose money on the break, but it'll be a fun experience. It's something to build upon.
How's the bidding going right now? I placed a couple bids, and I just got an alert. I think last night it said my bid was upped. So someone bid against me. Whoever you are, stop it.
Keep going, whoever that is. But I didn't check, Dan. I know there's some bids. I don't think all of them have bids yet. So
okay,
we shall see. Yeah, I know Rod did well. Rob was happy with his.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, the highest right now currently is
he's right there.
Troy Aikman BGS 10.
Oh, I thought he was looking at yours.
90 days old, and that's not at 5,500. 5,000 at auction. $5,001 was a Barry Sanders autographed 10.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've opened a lot of that stuff. I've opened a lot of those packs on my channel, and I've never hit a Sanders. We hit a Deion Sanders, but never a Barry.
Oh wow!
So I'm hoping I hit a barrier for the person who buys the lions, because otherwise, if I did it on my channel, Andy be hitting me up. He would.
You think the King of Pennants, your partner in crime, is gonna bid on the lions?
I think he has bid on them. I'm hoping somebody outbids him. So put a little pressure on him over there. Yeah.
Now, have you ripped a whole box before?
No, I'm not ripping a whole box. It's only one pack. I'll say that. One pack, yeah. Because the packs go for like $20-$25. I've never ripped a whole box. That would be a fun break. Let me see what the boxes go for. I mean, there's a mega box of optic, 2 blaster boxes of optic, and 1 pack of score. So if you open up,
you're just tying that in. It's not it's like you're doing the teams based on the bigger boxes, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. That's just a little added vintage flair.
Yeah.
So figured.
Oh, because your vintage sport flip.
Exactly.
No X on sports. Okay. Look.
Yeah. There you go, Dan. Thank you. But yeah, I'm going to do that each week, work in something vintage. Like I have a couple like set breaks coming in, some vintage football set breaks. That was teasing Dan about.
Breaks every week?
Well, I didn't schedule one, but every week or every other week.
You're like I felt bad asking you to come on because I was like, this guy like saves animals, and then you do a live show every day. Plus, I thought you might say yes and then just cancel.
No, I don't. I never back out of anything.
He's done his last 2 thread shows. That I've been supposed to co-host with him. I've canceled on him.
No, it's all right. Yeah, no, I'm busy. I don't like to sleep. Like last night, I finished. I did a Whatnot show with do a Ray Train with Carrie American Arbitrage and Rod Picking and Punching, and I work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Get home and I do a show from 10:30 to 11:30. I got to sleep at like 12:15. Woke up at 6 or 5, whatever I woke up. Packing, got my packing done in time for this. So I like to stay. I tell my wife I'm like a shark. I need to keep moving. Right? You don't want to stop. No cheese and cracker hour for me. I'm moving.
Just kind of
nothing
going with the flow all day.
Yeah.
I got up early. I've done I think I did 6 or 7. I did my card list, and that's if you listened to the live last night, I was talking about. Someone asked Matt asked me if I do still do my cards because he told me to stop. Well, Mike told me to stop listing dollar cards, and Matt backed him up on that. And then I forgot about that until he asked me. And I thought he was just interested if I was still listing cards on eBay. And I said, oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm starting to do it first thing in the morning. I did 6, and then I was getting kind of bored.
I was bummed. I totally missed the live. I watched it a little bit last night, the rest this morning. Mrs. Flips, we were packing together. She was cracking up at your cheese and crackers and your left turns. I didn't realize you didn't make left turns, Dan.
Well, unless I have to. I will make a left-hand turn. It's probably has to be one of the most dangerous things you can do in a car.
Well, I mean, a lot of are there
driving.
Yeah, that's
putting on makeup, eating food, and your left turn. Left turn gets you.
When I went to work at the casino, I would not take breaks. I would refuse to take breaks, and I wouldn't eat. I would eat a bag of Fritos before I started my shift, and I wouldn't eat the whole shift. But on my way home, I had it was like 30, 40 minute drive home, depending on traffic. And I would eat my dinner in the car on my way home. And I was like, this is so stupid. I'm going to end up killing myself with a cheeseburger in my mouth. What happens if I choke on a cheeseburger in my mouth?
It's a risk. I eat in the car though. I'm driving, but you got to be a handful.
Oh, I was listening to the Island Boys podcast this morning, and you drive eating a cheeseburger, driving your creep van. He's got a van without windows.
Pros, Dan, or are you talking about the Reseller Island podcast?
The Reseller Island podcast, Island Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, Island Boys. Yeah,
Island Boys. Don't call it Island. Island Boys is the horrible rap group, whatever. Self-made. I don't know. Maybe you've seen them on Inside Edition.
I'm not familiar with the Island. I got to check out the rap group because we call ourselves the Island. That's our text group.
Y'all enough to the Island Boy.
Yeah, I know. Shane sings that song a lot. Right?
Y'all are not familiar with the Island Boys?
I know that's why I say the Island Boys.
I'm not.
Check
it out.
It's fun. It's
fun.
My
God, they're the dumbest individuals you could probably come across that
really?
gain success from people mocking him. I guess I don't know. That's
I forget who it was. I know them from being talked about on something else. I don't know where.
No, you probably saw him on Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whoever the hell has a podcast.
I don't watch that. I watch clips of that. Logan, I watch on wrestling, but I don't watch it. It might be. I'm gonna guess Theo Von. I'll guess Theo Von. I'm a big Theo Von podcast listener.
Oh, I hope Theo Von didn't have him on.
He didn't have him on, but he might have mentioned that. I have heard about them from someplace.
He was on like the Real World or something, right? Is that Theo Von?
He was on Road Rules, Real World Road Rules challenge, and then he was on the challenge, I think, a few times.
Was he really? He was on the Real World? I didn't even know that.
He was on Real World Road Rules or Road Rules, one of those. Yeah, Theo's I was like crazy when I found out he was a stand-up comedian. And then I don't know, at some point a few years, or it was probably, I guess 2 years ago, he found his podcast and started. His podcast is amazing. You guys, that's one you should listen to. If he's at, I mean, he had on, he has really good guests on. Like, who was the last week? I just listened to one. And it's crazy. I mean, he had JD Vance and Donald Trump during like the election time. And then he'll have like on his comic friends. And then he just had on Lane Kiffin, the coach for Ole Miss, football coach. And then he just had Mark Zuckerberg on. I mean, it's crazy the people he has on. I just forget which one I just watched. And it was really good. Is it weekly or is it every day? It's kind of weekly. I mean, last week the one dropped at like 11 p.m. It's it's weekly. And then so he might do 2 a week sometimes. It just kind of, he's one of those guys that I don't know the schedule. It just kind of, but I have to look up who he just had on. It was a really good one. Like it is, and then he's like can be super funny, and they're crazy ones, and where they're like really deep. They can be like deep and like you just like motivational. I guess I mean, if you like kind of just dumb kind of humor type stuff, I do. I should check him out. I've never watched any of his stuff.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Oh, he just had David Spade on. That was pretty good because he's making. Oh, the one I liked was Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was on a couple weeks ago, and I like Ben Affleck as an actor. Like he was cool when I was growing up and stuff. And then now I really only see him on like Inside Edition because he was married to J-Lo, and he looked like a miserable person. He looked like a jerk to me. And then he was on the podcast, and he was like so awesome. It was like basically seemed like the guy I would have thought about. I guess he could have been acting, but I don't think he was. And he was just like, yeah, I get annoyed in public when people are bothering me. I understand that I'm famous and people are going to bother me, but I like just rather, I want to be some kind of private, but I understand it. So yeah, I look annoyed, but I don't really care. Like it was really good. That was a good one, but I kind of I'll watch them all, but it's kind of based on who's there. If it's someone I really want to hear, I'll like, oh, I got to listen to that right now. Or
that's why Dan doesn't go out in public. He doesn't like the fame.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Yeah,
people interrupting him. He goes to the Goodwill bins. Everybody's all on him. They're like, "Ooh, let me touch you, Dan." I mean,
who are those guys? Who are the boys? Who are the boys again? I'm thinking of Seinfeld.
The Island Boys.
No, not the Island Boys. The Van Buren
Boys.
Yeah. All over.
I was going to go to the bins today, but then we're going to do this, and I was gearing up to see the Van Buren Boys.
I'm more of a fan of Dirty Mike and the Boys. Yeah.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said I'm more of a fan of Dirty Mike and the Boys.
Oh, God.
I have no idea. Anchorman, dummy.
Anchorman?
Dirty Mike.
Oh,
is that the opposing like?
You said Dirty Mike. I thought you meant you.
That's a rename of the podcast.
That's what I thought. Like,
Dirty Mike and the Boys.
Pretty fitting.
I thought you were joking because, like, I skipped the bins to hang out with Dirty Mike and the boys. I'm not saying you're dirty, Mike. I thought it was your joke. Okay. All right.
Okay. You were saying something, Dan, before I rudely interrupted.
I forgot.
And confused you.
I forgot.
The bins, maybe.
Hey, so Keith, do me a favor. Tell everybody like all that you do, because Keith has just about as many ongoing projects as Tim over the years.
I thought you were going to say you.
Yeah. and that's on top of just verbally abusing his wife whenever she gets the price wrong on something.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun.
There was one where she was like she found some random item and she was like $1.99 off. It was like some obscure thing, and she's like, I don't know, $83.99, and it was like $85.99, and her score was meh. Like, what? Like, she can't do any better. Like, my wife would be like, I don't know, I don't give a shit what it costs. I'm just glad you told it.
You should see the background of me recording those videos, because you have to get her when she's like fully dressed to go out. Like, I can't just like randomly, hey, want to record this? It's like a very small segment of time in the week that I can record those videos, because for a lady doesn't want to be recorded when they're just roll out of bed. So and then I have to catch her when she has a couple minutes of spare time, and usually she's pretty angry at me. So sometimes it comes across in the video. But yeah, what Mike is talking about, I put out a short once a week where my wife guesses the selling prices of an item I sold. And those are fun. They're shorts on my regular channel, Vintage Sport Flips. And then I have a card ripping channel that I do with my buddy, King of Pennants, or the Pauper of Pennants is his new nickname. That's Rips and Brews. It's beer tasting, card ripping. And then on an Island Boy on the Reseller Island podcast. So yeah, those videos come out every Monday. And then all over the Dibdit community over there and a little bit of Whatnot, a little bit of First Class Treasures as well.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Really cool. You sell on Whatnot, huh?
I do. Monday night, and I've been doing some pennant shows over there. I'm doing them on Dibdit as well, but just try to, because only a certain amount of people are looking for pennants and everywhere. So try to like bring them to all the communities.
Tell Mike how many pennants you have.
Probably like 40,000.
There you go. He got a ton of them.
Yeah.
He's got a death pile of pennants, Mike.
I do. Yeah. Yep. Speaking of death pile, for anyone who's watching, Philly Flipper, I took over his warehouse when he moved to Florida, and we're from the same hometown. He was before he moved, and he's going to be in town this weekend, and he's doing a Whatnot on his channel from my warehouse on Sunday night. We're going to just blow some stuff out. So anyone want some deals?
So you took it was like a downstairs, wasn't it? Like bottom floor?
Yeah, I think the whole warehouse has one floor. Yeah, it's like two warehouses conjoined. It's part of a big complex.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I took over that once he moved, and it's a mess in there. It's a disaster. I think I've walked around in the warehouse on Dibdit.
Okay, I'm sure it's fine. Everyone thinks the area is a disaster.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna clean it up before Paul gets there. But
are you?
Yeah,
I'm
gonna try to recruit Paul. No, I don't think he'll like it, because it's all stuff he'll.
Oh yeah. You think it's probably? You think it's more organized or less organized than when Paul was there?
The same. Yeah, it's about the same. But I'm going to do a lot of work leading up to that. But I'm going to try to recruit while he's there. I'm going to try to recruit him over to Dibdit. I'm sure that's not going to go well, but we'll try to do some recruiting.
Just less disappeared women in the warehouse.
Yeah. That's
Paul
true.
is like, come with me.
Yeah.
Here's your lotion.
Oh no.
Do you sell on like the polish and brush part of Dibdit too?
I never have, but I do have a bunch of like jewelry and stuff. There's like a little group of sterling over here. So maybe I will set up a little polish and brush show.
Wait, is that polish and brush, Mike, or that sounds more like Twickities?
More like what?
Twickities. Okay. I didn't even do that on purpose.
That's the problem, Dan.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I was watching videos of I watched Carrie's what is it, the 100 mile sale, or what was it? Is it like Route 29 sale? Is that what is it called? Whatever it was. And he said Tickwitties. See, I got it. Sometimes I think of something different.
I would have thought
about that later, Keith.
No, that would be a polish and brush thing. Like,
okay, you're good, Keith. You can do it on polish.
Yeah. Well, I heard Kevin say he was going to sell some sterling over there. That's why I said that. But yeah. And no, I don't really have much makeup or any kind of like, hair product stuff, but the jewelry would fit there.
It looks like you got hair products in your hair.
I do. Yeah. You got to be.
We put in there gel.
No, I use a
Loose?
fiber cream pomade kind of thing or something. I don't know. I mean, the face is what brings, most clientele are women, right? For veterinary work, 80% women. So the face is what brings them in the building, Dan. So I gotta, and the hair.
Now, do you own your own business at the clinic, or you're just
No.
okay?
I'm just an associate. Yeah. Yeah. I looked into that a long time ago. I had maybe about 10 years ago, I found a hospital I wanted to buy, and I had a lawyer work up an offer sheet, but then at the last second I didn't do it. I just feel like, it's all on you. It would have been a one doctor practice. It's all on you to if you're sick, there's a hospital closed down for the day and you can't pay your staff.
I've
So
seen Doc Hollywood.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. He died. Did the doctor die? Doc Hollywood?
Wait, no, the one with Michael J.
Michael
Fox.
J. Fox.
Yeah, but I think Michael J. Fox took over didn't he take over for a guy who died? Maybe not.
Probably.
I don't know.
I thought you meant Doc. Because isn't Doc Hollywood? Wait, what's Val Kilmer in Tombstone? Is he Doc Hollywood?
Doc Holliday.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, but we were thinking of the same movie. Yeah, he went to the town. They wanted to keep him in the town because they needed a doctor in the town. But yeah, so
I don't know if
didn't.
you're tired, Mike, or disgusted with me right now.
Yeah, I remember when my veterinarian got tuberculosis.
Oh, whatever. And then I had a good follow up. If you owned your own practice, or is it called whatever? I'll call it practice because you're a doctor. And doctor, he's a doctor, Mike. We have a doctor on the show. It's almost the only thing bigger would probably be if we had the Pope on the show.
Oh, that's impressive. Yeah,
Doctor of veterinary medicine, Pope.
yeah. It's one tier down from the Pope.
There's only one step to go.
Because when you made that offer sheet up, you've been reselling for ever, right?
Yeah.
Because your dad does stuff, right? Just listening to you, right? So you've been kind of in this your whole life, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got my dad into reselling about 20 years ago. I got him. I rented an antique shop booth, and he got into it. And he does more in the antique shop booth. He doesn't do anything online. He'll sell at shows with me. But yeah, I've been doing it a long time. I wasn't as big into it when I made that offer, or when I was going to make that offer at that point. But I was still an eBay seller at that point. I remember when I was looking at the hospital, I'm like, this room I'll use for packing and shipping back here. But your focus has to be on the business, right? When you're a business owner. But I'm glad I didn't do it. That would have been stress. I couldn't have had a YouTube channel and been a practice owner and a reseller. So
it could have been did this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? The heck?
Yeah,
could have been a vintage sports guy.
True.
Sorry.
True.
Now, I gotta ask, because you sell on multiple platforms and you kind of started. What's the easiest if somebody's coming in? What would you recommend?
Yeah, good question. So, definitely eBay, right? eBay is the easiest. I mean, I primarily sell on eBay and Etsy, and then live streaming. So those are and then in person at shows or my antique shop. But I think eBay is the easiest. I mean, Etsy's pretty easy, but I still feel like eBay is a simpler. That's the biggest market. You might as well get it out in the biggest market.
It's kind of like a Poshmark thing. You got to share, and a lot of competition, stuff like that, to renew your post and make it relevant. Is that right?
No, I mean, there's competition, but it's not like Poshmark. There's no sharing out, and it's just set it and forget it kind of stuff. But there is competition. And the reason I started selling on there, there was nobody selling vintage sports stuff there when I started. And I started putting pennants over there, and interior decorators, gift givers, they buy a ton over there. So it's less competition for what I sell. Probably if you're doing handcrafted stuff, there's a lot of competition, but not as much as in what I deal with. So,
but you have a better audience over there that is, what would you say, more loyal? You're building relationships, and you can find something with somebody in mind. Yes.
Yeah, and I definitely have a lot of that I don't even list. That I have people that know we're looking for certain things, right? That's just because I'm doing it a long time. I know I have a bunch of guys who collect this kind of early professional football stuff that the best stuff I find probably never gets anywhere other than just one text or one phone call. So that network is always great as a reseller. Yeah.
That's my problem. My network's not big enough. I need a network like buying out. Well, actually, don't tell my wife that. I don't need to buy anything else. I got to sell.
Well, I was gonna say I don't have a network, but I do. I have a guy that I met from the podcast here, and I just bought some stuff from him last week. I bought a bunch. Well, I did a Whatnot show. Well, I don't know if it's more of a hangout than a Whatnot show I did last week. It was I bought some. I met up with the listener Eddie, and I bought I'm looking at right now wrestling DVDs and some what else did I get? He gave me some plush that I didn't want. He gave them to me anyway. I got some shoes. I got he gave me a couple Cubs hats that were like brand new.
Nice.
He gave those to me, but I paid $70 for everything, and it was 3 Cubs hats. I listed the 3 hats for $25 a piece. And then the movies, I was like, oh, I'm gonna run I was torn, Mike. I was like, oh, let me just do it on Whatnot. Maybe I don't know if that's a Dibdit. Every time I watch a Dibdit show, I don't think I have Dibdit stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if wrestling DVDs are Dibdit. If I need to, if that's a thing I should try, or if somebody's like, what kind of jerk are you listening, trying to sell Dibdit these wrestling DVDs? So I was torn if I should do that or not. So anyway,
definitely Dibdit then. That's Dibdit for sure, man. Wrestling stuff, I always keep wrestling stuff.
Because they did not. I ran a show for about 20 minutes and I gave a DVD away. No one else. So the person I gave something to, they bought a pair of wrestling socks for me. I buy it now, and then no one else bought anything.
So what is your cost on these DVDs, dude?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I bought. I paid $70 for all this stuff, and I got the 3 hats I listed for $75. So basically nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Have you sold the hats?
I sold one this morning.
Nice.
No. Well, I mean, if you can get your money back on a couple of items, then the rest of the stuff, who cares? Like, that's just unless you are like 100% like,
I got poor and broke, and that's me.
I've got to make 3x my money. Now, mind you, it obviously works out a little bit better if you're like live selling, where you have that flexibility of 5x to 10x. 10x is like where I would want to be, because then
even on eBay, I don't sell 10x.
What's that?
I said I don't sell 10x on a lot of things.
No. When you're picking,
yeah, I don't a lot of. I mean, well, I guess the bins, like, because that's why I like the bins so much. Like at the bins last week, I had 2 IKEA bags full of shoes. I don't know off the top of my head how many I had, but I spent $48 on the 2 bags of shoes, and like 2 pairs of shoes gets me a profit, and the rest of it's just icing on the cake or gravy and the potatoes. What is it? Whatever the saying is, whichever one of those.
Cake on the gravy?
No, icing on the cake or gravy. It's all gravy.
It's all gravy, yeah. Yeah, you can leave off the potato part. Yeah, but it works.
Okay. Oh, it's just all gravy. Okay.
Dan, you should experiment one time. Just when you get those 2 IKEA bags of shoes, just go home, pop up on Dibdit Threads and see how they do one time.
I have thought about that. I'll tell you why I don't. Is because when I watch people sell shoes on Whatnot or Dibdit or something, they're always like, almost like, I swear to God, they're like perfect condition. Like, I'm not saying I buy like junky shoes, but a lot of them need like to just get at least wiped down. And if I'm gonna, I swear
let the next person wipe them down, Dan.
Yeah.
Start them at $5.
I feel like I'm gonna get judged because they're like, oh, look at you, Mr. Dan and the Man selling his dirty shoes. I'm like,
yeah, I would just put that in the title, like, straight from the bins.
Dirty?
Need some cleanup, but deals could be had. Yeah,
I do with clothing all the time, dude. Because you got to figure, like, most of the time when you're buying stuff off of like somebody else's stuff, it's been washed. And then if you're buying like big bags that have been stored, they've just been stored. Like I'm not going to sit there and air out somebody's, Granny Core sweater for 6 days just so I can sell it for $4 when it sells for 20.
Yep, exactly.
I'm going to be in it for less than $1, but I'll take $4 if I ain't got to do any work other than folding it up and putting it in a bag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you got to do the same thing. Like my whole thing, I'll show you something. Is you get people that buy stuff off Threads that try and run it on Threads, which is, people don't do that, please. Like, it's absolutely, like, I wouldn't do it with this.
There you go. I remember that.
Oh,
one.
that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I bought that from Keith.
Yep.
And I'll be
Oh,
like,
did you?
all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would have kept that if it was a bigger size, but it's a small one, right? I don't know. That's small, medium.
medium made in the US. So vintage, like single stitch. Yeah, it'll be a small.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
great.
was like, you know what? It's a super cool shirt. So that's going to force me to list this one on eBay because I bought it.
Did
I'm
you
gonna be
list on
honest.
eBay
I
last
probably.
week?
What's that?
Sorry. I was gonna ask Mike if you listed on eBay last week.
If I listed on eBay,
Did you list on eBay last week?
I
What were you gonna say, Keith? Why he decides if he did or not?
Ooh, I missed what you said, Dan. What was that?
What were you gonna say before I interrupted?
Oh, I
you?
was just saying, I think I've accidentally probably resold things on Threads that I bought on Threads just because when I buy clothing, it goes in a pile until I wash it. And then I don't even know where it came from anymore. So not purposeful if I've resold your stuff back on Threads.
I was bad. I was bad about kind of that stuff on not so much on Dib, but when I was on Whatnot, when I don't buy a lot of stuff because I don't need stuff.
Yeah, I don't either, but it's an addiction, right? I don't
No, I
need
don't.
anything anymore.
Sometimes I feel like I need to. I was gonna open. I forgot. I just got your package I bought from you last week on your pennant show. I don't remember what I bought.
Oh, you bought the World Cup. I think a World
That's
Cup
what it
pennant.
was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I couldn't remember. And I bought a few pennants, and I was gonna put pennants up in here someplace.
There you go. Yeah.
But I have like a package in my closet that I bought before we did the floors. I don't know if you've been following me long enough. I've got new floors at the beginning of the year in my house, and it's destroyed my life.
I remember. Nice. Yeah, that was when your bed collapsed. That time, that was when the floor.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
I broke my bed and I slept on the floor. Anyway, but I bought some pennants from you then, and they're in a. I never opened them. They're in a box in my closet, and then I bought one. I was watching one of your pennant shows, and I bought a 49ers pennant, and I bought a Bengals pennant. They're from like Super Bowl, whatever they played, and I had those as a kid. I had the Bengals,
that's right.
And my parents went to the Super Bowl, and they brought me home the Bengals pennant, and my brother got the Niners, and then I was going to give him the Niners, but I didn't. They're in my car. So they put them in my car.
You got the good one of the two, then the Bengals.
The Bengals, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
your favorite child.
Mostly root for the underdog. Okay.
I always did too. Yeah.
Most of the time, I guess. Who's the underdog this year? Was it the Chiefs or the Eagles?
I think the Eagles were an underdog a little bit. I think. I don't remember. It was close. It was like a 1-point spread, I think. Okay. They shouldn't have been an underdog. Vegas messed that one up. But yeah. But yeah, Dan, I think I would do that on Thread just as a trial. Even if you lose a little bit of money the first time, it's an experiment, right? Just tell people you got to clean these up to be cleaned. Just fresh finds. See how it goes. If you lose money, don't do it again.
Well, this is 2 items, Dan. There you go. 2 Jim Shore figures.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Jim Shore. All right.
I'm doing some more. I have some more over there, but then I got into doing my polish and brush shows, and I did the 2 thread shows. I pretend like it's a lot of work. I did 2 hours, and I just didn't do anything for a couple of days. I don't know.
Are you?
Did you do well? You do well in the 2 hours? Did you do well in the 2 hours? That's the part that keeps driving me back to wanting to do live sales. I probably talk about it all the time too. Is that like when you do have a good show and it's only like, oh yeah, between doing the show and then packing it up, I made a week's worth of eBay in one day. That's great. Or a couple hours. That's great. But
you gotta understand, dude. Like here, let's see if I have anything.
And the other thing I did this weekend, I did a card show I progressed shipping on Debit for cards, and I did 3 shows last week, and Sunday was my finale. And after I was done, I was like, this is stupid. I probably shouldn't have done this. I wanted to have the show Friday or Saturday, and at the time I wanted to have them, there's already shows scheduled. So like wasn't looking. I don't even know if we're supposed to or not. I wasn't trying to interfere with someone's show. So I did it on Sunday, and then when I started the show on Sunday, I was like, this is so dumb. It's Mother's Day. This is probably not going to go well, and it didn't. It didn't. So between both my Whatnot and my Did Date show last week, cards, I for a little over an hour, well, I don't know, about an hour worth of work, I made $13.
Yeah.
Like,
Plus, it was a perfect weekend too. I think, at least near me. I don't know how the weather was by you, but that's probably gonna. People aren't on their computer or on their phone as much. Maybe out walking the dog or
that's
hiking
my
or whatever
problem.
they're
There's
doing.
never a good time to do a show.
Yeah.
There's never. When I do a show in the middle of the day, it's never. It doesn't go very well for me either. I don't know what to do.
I did a pop up on Whatnot on Mother's Day at like 8:30 in the morning, a pennant show, and that did really well. I mean, relatively well. I did like $140, not great, but
That's awesome.
yeah, for a pop up. I think your early morning shows that you did back in the day, Dan, are nobody really does them on Did It yet. I don't. Dave does. Dave does.
Oh, if they meant like, because I've thought about that, but so I don't know. I've seen a few early morning ones, but to be honest, I don't know if I showed up at, maybe I should try. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll try that sometime.
I would
like
try.
5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if anyone will show up. It's been now this week I was all ready to go. I want to have 3 shows, but because I kind of understand how many cards I need for us when we do our show on Wednesday. It's kind of that's a good part, is I can focus in on how many cards I need to get through that hour, so I'm good. But then if I want to do a show on my own, like I need that many more cards. And then I thought I could do enough for do 3 shows this week, and I don't think I can. So I probably didn't do 2.
I go for the gusto and then I get out. So like I was sitting here, like Keith was in quite a few of my shows where I was just pulling out stuff like where I'd have like 10 Justin Jefferson rookies, and they'd be like base, and like I don't know if like not you'd have like the pink parallel or the green parallel and like shit like that. But I started at $1, and I think it might go for like 12 or 13, where other people would be like, all right, I'm going to run one Justin Jefferson rookie at a time. Like for base, you don't want to do it. Like, no,
well, I'm trying not to sell base. I mean, there's some, but there's some that like legitimately the base, because we start our card like usually around $2. It's $2, and sometimes legitimately the card it sells like it's like a $4 card. So starting at $2 seems like a deal. And then I've tried those big lots where I sold like 8 quarterback lot of rookie cards, just base rookie cards, and they sell for $2. And it's just like, okay,
well, that's the other. Like, I don't know if $4 is what people want. Like, they will if it's a good player, because people are like hedging their bets. But what do you think a 10-pack of Mac Jones rookies are going to go for right now if I put it on Dibby cards?
Probably, I don't know if he would sell.
Yeah. I don't even know is he in Jacksonville? Where is Mac Jones anymore?
I don't know.
He was in Jacksonville last year, but I don't know if it was just a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
I bought some cards when he started, but it's probably nothing good. Because I'm new at cards too. Like, I mean, so I don't really know. I didn't understand him. I'm trying to learn.
Travis Etienne rookie.
That probably wouldn't sell on, did it? No one cares about him.
Smith.
He's like the hardest person to sell. He's such a good player. Heisman Trophy winner. Catches a touchdown in the Super Bowl, and no one ever wants his card.
Najee Harris. These are all rookies. Pat Fryermuth.
He's the Chargers too, and they just
Khalil Herbert.
I don't know if he's still in Cincinnati.
And I don't know who the hell Matt Corral is.
Was he in the Bears, Dan? Herbert?
Matt Corral?
No, Herbert.
Herbert was on the Bears. He got traded during the season to the Bengals.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like you have 6 rookies right there, and I would start it for $2 versus like do that. And if somebody wants it, they want it. If not, I'll just wait until somebody else comes along. Like, is it great value? Probably not, but I'm going to lot it up. Versus sitting there and listing all of these for 99 cents or something. Stop it, Dan.
I don't list those.
Yeah,
I listed cards like this. I sold this for $4.
Here you go.
What makes that different?
He's a good player, and he's a Cub. Cubs hold a premium,
so no difference.
He's playing well right now, because that's the other thing. All those guys you just named off, like Matt Corral, I don't think is in the league. Like Travis Etienne's a decent running back, but
Devontae's the best of the group.
Yes, and he's I think Devontae Smith is very hard to sell. Like I listed a during the Super Bowl, right before the Super Bowl, the day of, I listed like a parallel mosaic rookie card of his, and I was expecting it to sell when he caught the touchdown. It took a few more weeks. Like he's hard.
I think he's overshadowed on the team by Hurts and AJ Brown and Saquon as far as collectors. Dan, have you thought about, and I think Rod's doing this with his breaks, like he's not shipping at all for May until the end of the month. So any breaks you win with Rod, he's going to ship all at once, unless you request differently. I wonder if it would be worthwhile for us to say all of our May shows ship out together.
No,
I don't like to do it either, because the organization for me and the aftermath.
Well, in the chat, someone in the chat made a comment to me, or they asked me, they wanted me to hold their stuff because they didn't know if they were going to. I was having another show that week, and they didn't know if they were going to be able to come. And I said I was under the impression that you had to ship within 7 days, is what I thought. So I told them that, and then they put it into the seller chat asking about it, and then Tim replied that, oh no, you can, as long as they know. So then I keep my cards and my regular reselling are separate. So like on Dibdit, I don't have 1,000 sales. Well, so like that money is held up. That's like that.
Oh yeah.
So the money's held, and those are the monies that I can buy more cards with. So if I'm holding cards for a month, like I don't want to hold, and I don't want to be responsible. There was a guy who bought some cards for me last week on Sunday, and then he asked me if I could hold them, and it was the first time he had bought for me for the week. So I did it that time, and I was like, I guess I could do that. But like after this week, he bought some. I had 3 shows, and he bought something for me, I think the last show, and I was like, well, I don't know. I'm shipping them out today because I'm not going to just keep holding cards.
Yeah,
I want to get my money and buy more cards and not just hold someone's. And his shipping ended up costing me. It was over $4. It was because I charged $5, and it was over $4 to ship it. And with my supplies and stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Like he bought it. Yeah. He bought a couple more cards, but
you're right. I think you're right. Doing it for a month, I think I didn't even think about the payout part of it. Yeah, that makes sense.
My money, like I don't know.
And it would be for me if you did like 8 shows worth of card sales, a break or regular sales. That's a lot of inventory that you're trying to like organize by buyer. I was
nervous. I sent him a picture of the cards he bought from me, and I was like, hey, just so, because I like, just so you know, like this is what you bought, just in case. So I was scared because I don't have like setup. Man, I can't even organize my own stuff. I can't keep my card. I spent Sunday organizing my cards, not the whole day, but I took time because I never organize it. That's my biggest problem. Well, I have many problems, but one of my biggest problems of reselling is just being I never take time to organize anything. Like I'm the same problem. Yesterday when I was pulling orders for my, I got all my orders pulled within. It's not a flex or a bragger. I had a decent sales weekend, and when I went to go pull my orders, I got them all pulled within like 10 minutes, except for one item. I could not find it, but at the same time, I've listed clothes for a few days, and I have not a hamper. I have a laundry basket of clothes that I listed, and then I have an IKEA bag out in the garage that I need to put away that were not listed. So when I went I couldn't find this. These pair of sweatpants I sold. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm all over looking everywhere because I didn't put anything away because I'll do it. I'm like, oh, I'll do that later. Like yesterday I said I would go do it today, but today, now that we're recording this, there's no chance I'm going to do that because when we get done with this, I'm like, oh, I gotta get my shipping done. I gotta get my listing done. I gotta get my pictures taken. That's the stuff I worry about. I never worry about taking care of anything. I don't remember why I'm telling you this. I think I was probably bragging because I had a good sale.
Neither do any of us, Dan.
I'm trying to talk about some.
I forgot where we started, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I like Mike's organization for any kind of live sale with your bins behind you. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool. An awesome idea. Yeah,
dude, I don't know how to do the screen share. I want to tell everybody exactly what we did. Like, so I upgraded. I had the blue ones. The problem with the blue ones is they're just there. They're like parts bins. So it's more for like commercial use and stuff.
Yeah.
So there is no getting them out of the way. Hold on. I'm going to go to, but I just picked up some new ones that I immediately started using. and I showcased them in one of my shows. Let me see if I can find them. So I want everybody to take advantage of them if they can. So I'm gonna pull them up.
Hey, while you're pulling that up, can we thank the members?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead. Right now we have one of our members right here.
That's right.
Vintage Sports Flips.
This episode will be sponsored by Vintage Sports Flips. Also, send me your logo because somebody's like, "Can we get rid of the duck? Just cover it with a sponsor." So we're gonna throw your logo up there.
All right, I like it. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea, Mike.
That wasn't my idea. It was don't you pay attention to the comments in the live, Dan?
Huh?
Don't you pay attention to the comments in the live?
I told you yesterday I don't do a good job of comments. I thought you were gonna say it was Mike Mecco. He's another loyal member. And we have Jacqueline.
Picky Password says, "I want an oh well, where's the butter t-shirt?" Because I guess that's the PG version of it's just an effing waffle t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Like we've had requests for both of those. Hold on, let's see.
We have to thank Trash to Cash podcast. They're the Death Pile demotivational.
Stellar Deals. Can we get rid of the duck? Throw a sponsor up there. LOL.
That's a good idea.
That is smart. Idea. Yeah, I remember would have thought of that.
And you put them right there. All right.
419 Sports Guy. One of
Mike,
our sponsors.
We can make that one of the tiers.
Yeah. An advertising billboard up here. Your logo can go right here.
It doesn't have to be like $1 billion either.
Yeah, sponsored by. We'll upgrade. I don't know if we can upgrade Mike Mecco. Mike Mecco will go up there next week. He deserves it. He's earned it. Then we got.
We should start with all originals. We got Vlad. We could start with all originals.
Yes, Dan.
419 Sports Guy. Is that what you were saying? I'm sorry, I stole your idea.
419 Sports Guy said, "Mike, I think Dan is making excuses not to come to Florida because he'll miss out on cheese and crackers."
That's all from the chat or the comments.
It was a comment. People watch it afterwards. They never, they don't see it on there, but they're like, "Hey, bonus episode. This is it, folks. We're like Trash to Cash, except we don't make you pay for it. We just go live randomly."
Okay. We have. Oh wait, I have the list here, and then I have it all mixed up. I've started.
What are Dan's favorite ladies' shoes to wear?
Is that what someone asked?
Yep, inquiring minds want to know.
Probably. Well, I guess some kind of Crocs. I guess are those lady shoes. I mean,
are they unisex? The unisex or are they ladies men's size?
Well, they're like, they make ladies ones. I don't wear those. I don't think if it was like a women's size 10 Croc and if it's like a flat ballet Croc, I don't think I could fit my foot in there. But
Kristen the Rural Squirrel said might be the best one yet. Our live last night.
Really?
I'm telling you, dude, the invasive ultrasound.
Yeah,
that was very crazy.
I say I had an ultrasound once, and that was like a massage. That's like relaxing, Dan. I mean, maybe you're.
Yeah, but you drive a creep van. You like?
It's true. I do drive a creep van.
What color is it? Is it white?
Charcoal gray.
Oh god.
No windows, no seats in the back. I have one.
Does it have like a rust spot on it?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any rust. It has one giant side window that I have an Eagles World Champions banner in, so you can't see in the van.
Dan's worrying because he got to get naked. Dude, I'll go to doctor's appointments. Like if I know I got to get naked, I'll just get naked. Like I was changing for one person, like for my most recent surgery.
I think in high school we had to like get our annual physicals to play sports.
Yeah,
and like our doctor, me and my brothers all went into the doctor at the same time. You think that's
together?
Together,
like all three in the room or whatever.
Yeah, and they would check you.
Well, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, a little weird. Yeah,
it is weird.
I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. Like you play on sports teams and everything. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's the same thing in the military. You're just lined up nut to butt to hop in a shower that you can only be in there for like 45 seconds. And I mean, it is like rinse and go or rinse, wash, or
wait, the last one I have to think.
Rinse, wash, rinse, go. Like you better get the all over combination shit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You're just in and out. You want this to be the same soap that goes on here. And
Makes sense.
but for a physical, like turn your head and cough, yeah, I think it's weird.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that happened. I don't know. Can we cut that part out, Mike?
No, I ain't cutting that out.
Wait, we have to think. Triple R Collections was the last. I think I got everyone else.
I didn't hear you say a single name.
I said Lad. Thank you, Lad. 419 Sports Flips. Thank you.
Sports guy.
Him. Trash to Cash Podcast.
Mm.
Triple R Collections. Thank you. Oh, Trash Cat Rescue. I might have skipped them because I started saying Trash Cat Rescue, and then I switched to Trash to Cash. And then Jackie. Thank you. And then Keith. Thank you, Keith. Or
Thank
Mike Mecco, too. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I was about to say Mike Mako.
I said him like 4 times.
I said Mike Mako about the logo thing. I don't know. Maybe you said it. I can't. Nobody can keep up with you, Dan.
I said it thinking it was my idea.
We're all picturing you naked right now,
God,
getting ready for
I don't even picture that.
colonoscopy.
Oh,
I don't know. Good Lord. Think about when Dan has to do like something actually like, something above a pap smear or whatever that ultrasound. Like
Pap smear.
It's good. I said when I was in the when I was in the hospital, I hurt my leg. I was in the hospital for a few days. They gave me like this big old, what are the, like those not the nightgown. What are they called? You know what I'm talking about?
Hospital gown.
Hospital gown.
Yeah. I was begging them for like a different one. Cause it was like, I just didn't like walking around just open flaps in the back. I wanted to just wear my clothes. I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't know.
Would you have to wear a hospital gown for what?
I was in the hospital for like 5 days.
When they thought you had the clot, is that what it was? Or
I had I had a infection in my leg, and then I don't know, either whatever one, my white or red blood cells were, I don't know, one of them was too high. I don't know which way, so they wouldn't let me out.
Probably white blood cells.
What is it? Because you're a doctor.
White blood cells. They were worried about infection or sepsis or something. Yeah.
Ooh, sepsis. What is that? That sounds nasty.
It's just infection sort of everywhere. Yeah, it's not.
I need to have Keith move down here because we have a dog that's cost us $10,000 so far.
Oh, really?
I could go for a friends and family. I would like let y'all vacation and we'll time our dog's ailments with you.
There we go. Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. We had one of them. Well, you probably had it. Ruptured disc.
Yeah, like an
intravertebral disc. So you have your vertebrae, and then like within it, it has like a little jelly sac. And like when one of them becomes ruptured, Dan, that jelly is the way they tell you about it. It's the fluid. I'm guessing spinal fluid is like pushed out onto the spinal cord, and it creates pressure. And like our dog just lost all ability to walk, and his rear leg was just dragging around and shit. And
that disc will calcify and sort of bulge outwards into the spinal cord and cause pain or paralysis if it's bad enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had to have that drained, and then that one sucked. And almost happened again. We had to go back and I don't know, you go through the thing where you're holding them up by the little belly sling so they can walk and get function, and you had to keep them in a cage for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I don't know. Now the dog pretends like I wasn't carrying the sling at all. He just was loyal to my wife only. Who gives a shit? I don't know. Could have saved us a lot of money.
Keith, have you thought about doing a veterinarian YouTube channel?
No, I haven't. I don't know if how it works with first. If it was my hospital, it'd be a different story. I mean, I probably need approval from people to film and also
animals from the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Set up a room in the warehouse. That would be weird.
I like it. Weird. I did film like a pimple popper VMD kind of thing, like a pimple, the pimple popper doc. Who's Dr. Pimple Popper, right? I filmed popping a cyst at work, but I'm not going to post that anyway.
Was it your cyst or on a dog?
Wasn't my cyst. No, it's a dog.
Yeah, Keith just climbed up on the table,
Yeah.
gave it a good wipe down, and started
Yeah. Yeah, but that would be cool. Yeah, maybe like funny stories, like animate them or something. That is something that could be done. But
well, yeah, you see some of them like in veterinary clinics where they just walk around and they're talking about like what's your most hated name for a pet? Hopefully
I've seen those videos. I don't really hate names. I know some of them are like Coco for like a chocolate lab or
Do not offend people that are.
no, I don't hate any names really.
Okay.
You know, my good thing at work is like if I see an owner's last name, that's like a funny last name paired with a pet name. I try to like say what, you know, I'm trying to think of examples. I'm not, they might be offensive examples, like sort of
That's okay. Mike doesn't mind.
innuendo.
We have a disclaimer
Yeah.
at the beginning of the episode. You can say
Oh,
whatever you
that's
want.
true. That's true. Yeah. But yeah, I don't hate any dog names really, but there are some that get repetitive if you see them over and over
Do you
again.
have a
over the
certain
years.
breed of dogs you hate?
You're gonna get me in trouble, Dan. No, I don't. I mean, I will say I'm trying to
Yes,
think
he does. He's not going to talk about it.
It
Yeah,
better
I
not be a wired-haired terrier.
Yeah.
No,
No
I like that.
religion, no politics, and no dog breeds. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a sensitive topic for a lot of people. I will say I don't hate treating any dogs, but I'll leave it at that. That's maybe a topic I won't
French
cover. It won't get me
bulldogs.
hate.
Every veterinarian hates French bulldogs.
I like a French bulldog. I mean, I like pugs. I have a pug myself. Those are money pits, though. That's a breed. That's a money pit.
It's the same thing with French bulldogs. What a lot
Yeah,
of
they
people
are.
say. But anytime that you have that, I get breeding to a certain standard, like where they're altering the genetics of the original.
Yeah.
Especially the ones with like the squishy faces and stuff. Those are the ones that always have like respiratory issues.
Yeah.
And like you get that in bulldogs too. It doesn't even take a French bulldog.
I know English bulldogs. Yeah, they're fraught with issues, medical. I mean, I think the healthiest dogs are definitely like mixed breeds, like the labradoodles. These are a little genetic diversity there, or any of the mutts out there that are probably going to be healthier genetically than these dogs have been inbred. We're not inbred per se, but bred tightly for hundreds of years to get that smushed face.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I have one more. What is your stance on vaccinations
for animals? I'm pro-vaccine across the board. That's as close to politics as I get, but I mean definitely animal vaccines.
Okay.
Yeah. Get me in trouble, Dan.
Because every time I take Dodger to the vet, they're always trying to upcharge me some vaccine, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some vaccines.
No, Bordadella, no.
Yeah,
some of those, I think. I feel like the Bordadella might be one of the ones that you have to have. The rabies.
Maybe I don't know if your dog is groomed. Does your dog get groomed? He looked like
he does.
Yeah, so I would do Bordetella if your dog's getting groomed. Shout out Megan. Here we go. Looks good. Looks good, Megan, in the photos I've seen.
You guys both said he looked like crap.
No, Mike said that. I didn't.
Okay.
I just said he had a butterface. It did not. I didn't say he looked like crap. It just
he was sleeping. He had bed beard.
Yeah,
bed beard.
Dodger's very cute.
Yeah, he's a good looking dog. I'll tell you, my dog, my pug. I have 3 dogs. My pug is like when I adopted her, she was abandoned by people who didn't want to pay their bill. She was very sick. Her sister died when she was a puppy. So there was 2 that were super sick. They just abandoned them, and I ended up adopting her. But her name when she was a puppy was Cockeyes. Terrible name for a puppy, right? Because her eyes were like that. She was a pug. She's a good looking dog now, but she grew into her eyes a little bit.
I was gonna say, how did you correct that? Some kind of frame?
I didn't. No, they weren't that bad. She just looked funny because her, once you get a little overweight, which pugs tend to do, she looks a lot better. She's cute.
All right.
But yeah.
If she's so cute, why don't you make her your logo? What your other dog's logo?
Yeah, I don't know. He's I don't know. Everyone has their favorites, right? I mean, everyone has their favorite dogs, even though you don't really say that or you want to, they don't.
I've never owned 2 dogs. I do feel bad because my old Oscar is like Oscar liked me. Dodger doesn't seem to care about me.
Yeah.
So like,
let me see if I can find something.
I've never had 2 dogs. I did. I had an old dog and a puppy. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
So this is Sam's dad, the one who passed away last year. That's Sam's dad, and he was living with us. Now we managed to find his twin in a dog,
Crap.
and that was Bubba Louie.
Oh wow.
So you look at that, and that he's actually in the.
That was his dog. Yeah, I do have a resemblance. Yeah, the mustache, I guess.
So we're like, oh my God, that's an ugly dog. And then we're like, oh, it looks like dad. you get them together.
That's
I'm
funny.
telling you. And Bubba Louie, we rescued him from a family that didn't want him. And he lasted all like 6 months. Like, I don't even think it was that. It might have been like 3 months. We're like, well, shit, Dad. I don't know. And then we ended up giving him our other dog. Dude, I'll tell you.
Wow.
I told you about like our dogs, like how we have 4, then we have 3, and we get 4, we have 3, and we got 4, and when we had 3, and we're like, all right, God's trying to tell us something. Don't have 4 dogs. Like they just kept dying off. But there was one.
That's a buzzkill for the end of the episode here.
What are you talking about? Dogs dying? Well, your dog never died, Dan?
I'm still recovering from it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. Do you have a favorite of the 3, Mike? Or you don't?
Toby.
Me?
The one that takes out the eyes. Milo.
Which one?
Yeah.
Not even Toby?
They're little dogs. Are they Yorkies?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you have big old dogs, big old labs.
It looks like it would, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there is. We have one Yorkie. Then Milo is the what do we say it was? What was the Jack Russell mix? I think a Jack Russell Chihuahua or something because he's super hairy and not wiry. And then we have a Shorkie, which is Shih Tzu and Yorkie. That's Harley, but this was Harley's best friend. We ended up giving Harley to her dad before he moved in with us. He moved in with us with health concerns years and years ago, back when we lived in Texas. But that's a dog he had, Pedro. And that dog is just the fattest freaking Chihuahua ever. I don't know how the hell he survived as long as he did. Because, I mean, I'm trying to get one that captures the essence of how fat this dog is. There's so many different ones.
Let's see if I can pull up one of my fat pets.
It's like
oh
me.
Wow, that's like the whole couch.
Like me as a pet.
Let's see if I can find my fat. I had an obese Siamese cat a long time ago. I'm trying to see if I can go back and if I can find a photo of him.
Like, here, this isn't him, but that would be him.
You get stuck in the dog door.
Yeah, stuck in the dog door. Walking around.
That's awesome. Yeah, here's my cat Willie. If you can see him, he was a big boy. A little. It's not his best photo either, but he was here's him with his dog bone.
He's eating a dog bone.
Yeah, he just held it. He chewed it a little bit. He didn't really eat it, but yeah. So he was a great cat. Big boy though. Oh, by the way, Mike, I know you talked about it on your live last night. If you end up going to the dojo, the Mojo Dojo, send me a message because I'd like to. That's a spot I need to get to out to Lebanon, Ohio, the Mojo Dojo. So I don't know. Was it you and Rod who were planning a trip?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
We're trying to coordinate something.
Yeah,
but we'll definitely let you.
Yeah, my schedule's probably a little tougher than your guys, but if you come up with a date, I'll see if I can. I need to get out there, and it'd be cool to meet up with you guys out there.
Well, would you fly out, grab stuff, or would you drive out? How far of a drive is it for you? It gotta be like 10 hours.
Yeah, probably 10 hours. I would drive it. I don't mind that drive, especially if you're going to come home with a bunch of stuff, or fly out, rent a car, and drive back. Maybe that's an option too.
Doing the old Dave, just rent a bigger van than what you need and rent it beforehand, so you don't miss out on $1 million in comics or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a hard one to look back at. I'm sure for him, because it was all of it. Yeah,
it's hard for me because I didn't even get to go.
Were you out there for that trip?
Yeah, we were picking up swag bags for the event.
Oh,
While they're out there, oh, we found this thing. I'm like, well, we got to go pick up IKEA bags
oh,
for this thing.
what was it? Joe, Eric, and Dave. Is that the three? More, maybe it was more than that.
You said Joe, Eric, and
Dave. I know I bought some comics from Eric from OBX.
Yeah,
from
I don't know. I don't know if Joe was out there. Was he out there?
Joe? Yeah, Joe was.
Yeah, I thought Joe talked about it on the podcast previously about getting comics.
Hold on, I got to do something. How do we do this? How do we do? Hold on, present. Share screen. Bam.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
There's coming.
There. That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Ta-da.
Ah, okay.
How many
So like
do you get for $18?
Huh?
You get one?
Yeah. No, I bought 10 of them.
They
That's a
cost
big-
$18 a piece?
Yes, Dan.
They're big though. 55
Dang.
gallons. That's massive, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's actually 55. I don't know. But that puts it in perspective, like what it
Yeah.
can hold.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's how big yours are?
Well, you look at like the soccer ball, football, all that stuff in there.
Yeah, that's what they didn't look that big on the screen.
Well, I have the blue ones, but like I bought this, and if you look right here, sorry, you
Age.
can't see my other thing. Why can't you see? Hold on.
Oh.
Dang it! I hate this thing.
We zoom in on the G.
There we go.
There we go.
Can you see it over here? Oh yeah, right there. So that little groove right there, they nest with each other. All you got to do is move it forward a little bit, and it'll slide down, and it nests. And that right there, like when I was packing orders yesterday, because I'll pull from the blue bins first. I'll fill those up when I'm doing like a Dip It Thread show. Hold on, I can do this where I get rid of this screen. Hold on. Remove from station. I guess we can. I don't know why it's still there. I don't know. Stop screen. There we go. I usually do the blue bins and I'll pull it and I'll put my orders in the bags. But now I just have to throw it down on the ground. Now I can set them in that bin because I do all my stuff downstairs. I don't have my computer down there where I'll print my labels or anything. I have that upstairs. But I just put it in order. So like if like Dan's at the top, I'll pack Dan's order. I'll put it in the left side of that bin. And then Keith's order would be next. I'll pack Keith's. I'll put it right next to it. So then when I go back and I print all my labels, like 17 of them, I just go in reverse order. And they're already in that, I'll write the name on the outside. Like Keith, you had a couple. I just put Keith on there. And then I put Dan. And I would know, just in case if one got out of sync, I would know whose order's what. But I just put it right in the bin and they're ready to go right from the bin into a bag. Yeah. So it made it more streamlined for me. And I like the fact that they nest because when I'm done, I stack them 5 high. I just nest them and they're right back down until I need them next time.
Oh, so they flatten down to like 1 almost. They go down.
Yeah. So because it's at that angle, it shifts out a little bit.
Okay. I like that. That's awesome.
But I mean, you're talking about, going from like having that kind of width on the tub.
Yeah.
And it going out a little bit on your stack. Another thing, like if you want them permanent wherever you're doing, they have the ability where they have the holes and everything where you can mount them into the wall.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea for a live streamer. So do you label each item or you just toss it in the bin and it's that?
Once they buy something, that's why I was like, I'm getting tired of getting right at, because I had 10 bins.
Yeah.
Or 12 bins. I forget what it is. 12 bins. But once I get to that 13th buyer, then I'm having to find something outside of that. And now I got these big ones. And what I was thinking about it is those other bins that I have, they're like 13 by 13 or so and about 8-9 inches high. And you've got to throw that stuff in there. If I'm doing a Dibdit, I want to be able to do the same thing because I want to get into Dibdit and running big items. And with these big bins, dude, I could put 10 Nintendos in one bin if somebody bought them. Yeah. And that would be their bin. So I set it up for those bigger items where I wouldn't necessarily be able to house progressive shipping over a week on Dibdit. And I've got to do Dibdit because that's my biggest thing. Like I buy a ton of clothes, but Dibdit gets out of control because I'm not listing on eBay right now, and I've got so much stuff. Like I really need to get on there and not be afraid to run stuff. I mean, we had people running high-end stuff the other day, and they did almost $2,000 in a show.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I didn't do that.
Were you running high-end stuff, Dan?
Yeah, I run very high-end stuff.
Do you? Yeah. It's a shame you don't have the success with your following, with your popularity and inability to go out in public. Without me.
Dan, we should schedule a Dibdit collab, Dan, where you do your wrestling DVDs and the plush that you picked up, and I'll just sell whatever. Let's do a Dibdit co-stream.
Do you think it would work?
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst comes to happen? You spend an hour and, you know.
I tried. What did I try? Oh, I was trying to do cards and you were doing. It was before cards. So he did one and you were like crushing it and I couldn't sell anything.
Yeah, it wasn't a great mashup. You were selling cards. I was selling like random like antiques and toys and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
And it went well for you.
What you're bringing, Dan. Like you got to look at that. Like,
well, I just wanted to get. I was just trying to be a good Dibdit seller, and Keith offered to, have me on. But that's what we've been working on because on our card show, you do mostly like vintage stuff, right? Like
I'll mix it up, it a little bit, yeah.
And then I have mostly modern stuff. So
it's a good mix.
Try. I mean, most of the people. I mean, I have people there's people that buy from both of us, but it feels like most people are probably your followers because you're more active on there. So I don't know how active.
Lately on cards, you're more active. I feel like we're both pretty active, but not on Dibdit yet for you. And that show, I had no Wi-Fi yet, so I was like crashing out the whole time. Yeah. Remember, so it would be better the next time around.
Yeah, you just gotta keep doing it, Dan.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Plush is a tough thing to do, man. Like anytime you're doing that, you just gotta keep going because somebody's gonna come in there, and somebody may not want something right away, but then 30 minutes later, somebody else is in there different, and they're like, that's exactly what they're looking for.
Yep. Well, the DVDs I gave after 20 minutes, I gave up because I couldn't get past like 5 or 6 people in the show, and then all of a sudden I was just by myself, and then I was just like, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time.
The other thing I've always thought about, and I thought about it more with Whatnot because the fees were considerably more, and like you have the processing fee and everything like that. If you're going to run something for $2 and you're selling stuff like wrestling figures, let's say you're running wrestling figures and they're all like low end and you expect to sell them for $2. I would rather lot up 4 of them for $5 because I'm going to have that. What was it? What is it over? What, a 35 cent, 40 cent processing fee?
There's 30-cent fee. The 2.9% processing fee, then plus the 30 cents.
Yeah. So even at the 30% or even at the 30 cents, if I'm running 4 items at $8, I'm losing $1.20 right there. Yeah. And I'm making it harder on myself because now I've got 4 things to ship instead of 1 shipment with 4 items. I would sacrifice that, but I would add value because somebody's going to look at it and be like, all right, we just saw Angie yesterday. She ran 3 plush, and I don't think she got a bid on any of them at $2. And then she ended up running it again. I think it might have been 4. No, it was 3. It was 3 plush. It was I forgot what it was. They're all Disney related, I think. And ended up getting 7 for the 3 of them when she allotted it. Nobody bought it at $2 a piece. But when she ran all 3 together, she got 7 because they weren't paying the shipping fee for each of those 4 things. It was just one lump sum, easy, progressive. You got to be willing to do that, like lot it up. That's why with the cards. That's why I always did that. Like I will lot it up and get it gone.
I like to do that too. Yeah,
all
little bundle.
I'll try better.
You'll try better?
Yeah, I'll try better.
Yeah. Dude, all you got to do is just run shows and just figure it out. Don't get discouraged because I see people all the time. You see it on their face.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't sell then doesn't mean it won't sell. You bought it for a reason. It has a value. It has some significance, and it has a buyer. So you just got to wait for it. The buyer ain't in there. I sold one of my wife's Stanley coffee mugs the other day for $2, brand new. I mean, she had drank out of it once, so not brand new. But
I thought he was one of those people.
no, I made that correction. I'm sorry. Somewhat new, lightly used.
That's good.
Gentle use condition, or good use condition. I don't know, whatever they call it. Sold it for $2. Next one sold for $9.
Yeah, you never know, right?
Oh, let's hope. I need that mojo today at the card show. Like go
at the card
show.
Oh,
yeah. I thought. Okay, you mean
the day this comes out? Like a card show. Keith and I do. It's very important if you like cards. I've already ruined it now because now I've done the best work I could. This is the best I could.
It's gonna be our best show yet. Today, Wednesday, 6
when you
p.m.
when you see my card, you're like, "That's the card. These are the best."
And then you're gonna stay with us because we're hanging out with Tim for Tim's break tonight, right? Yeah. Tim, what time is that? 9 p.m., 10 p.m.,
8:45.
Oh, really?
9:45. Okay. Well, I'm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're in that Central Time zone.
Where do you get your cards at? Is this still the buy that you made from the guy for like $400 or whatever?
No, these are pass. I bought some from the card shop. I went to a card show. I bought a lot on eBay. There's like a consignment shop on eBay that I'll buy. They have like a certain amount, they charge you max shipping. So then I kind of I sit in there. If I find a card I want, I'll buy cards until I max out the shipping. And then they have auctions that they run. So you try to find value and stuff. And then I've worked very hard on. I'm like, I've totally ruined it now because you're like, when you look, you're like, oh, that's what you tried hard on, and
you're gonna blow me away this week. I bet you're gonna kill it.
Yeah, look up, happy camper. Don't be sad.
Because I'm ruining it. Because I'm one of those. Well, I know because I shouldn't have said anything. Instead of just not saying anything and be like, oh wow, Dan has really good stuff this week. It's been like he was talking nonstop about it, and then this is it. This is what he's got.
You gotta pump it up, even if you're lying, which you're probably not. I'm sure it's legit.
I don't know. I mean,
You heard it here, folks. You could get Dan's mom with these cards. You can buy any woman you want with these cards. Come on over to Dibdit Cards. Shop with Dan in Demand.
I should make a video.
Yeah, you can hang out with chicks all night long if you buy these cards from Dan in Demand tonight.
Oh, whatever.
What's that dude's name?
I don't want to. This is a pretty cool card. It's a Sparky Anderson Heritage to $6.99. That's a good card, right? I don't know.
Yeah, 75 tops throwback, right?
Ozzie Smith Purple Refractor to $75. It's like a.
Yeah,
you guys can see him impressed.
I like him.
You can get so many. Where's that?
He's a Duke. He's like number 6 prospect for the draft this year.
Okay.
It's numbered to $2.99. Let me try to find something.
That's topical with the lottery. That's good.
I don't know. Sterling Martin autograph to $150.
There you go. Marte. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know if a Yellow Ice Joe Burrow. I mean, you don't seem impressed.
I'm impressed. Dan, I need you on my watching the break, which I'm sure you'll be there because I don't. Some of these
AC
rare
Green autographs.
All right, Laker legend. Here we go.
I mean, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good lot.
All right, that's it.
He was with the Suns too, wasn't he?
I was expecting Mike to. I didn't want to show you everything. I mean, I don't know.
I think so.
And then the Rockets.
Let me double. Am I even right on the Lakers? I'm pretty sure he's on the Lakers too.
Yeah, who?
He was the guy that was abstinent or something, wasn't he?
Abstinent. O'Neal Cruz Sepia rookie card.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, Lakers, Suns, Mavericks, Heat. I didn't say anything about the abstinence.
All right. Hold on. I was expecting Mike to just shut me off.
I think that was Morrissey, the singer Morrissey, who was abstinent.
All right, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know. Maybe I didn't do a very good job. I tried my best. To end it with that.
No, associated with the game plan program, which uses a positive sports-themed approach to understanding the benefits of abstinence.
Ah,
So, like he waited. I think what was it? Yeah, he operates youth camps to promote abstinence until marriage because that's what they did with his wife. His wife and him did that.
interesting.
So, yeah. Which
And I wonder if that ties in with with Magic Johnson being on the Lakers with him when he, came out as having HIV. Maybe that sort of ties in, like
Who has HIV?
Magic, right? I mean, maybe doesn't anymore. I think they
He beat it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was a buzzkill.
Yeah, that's
It was a promotional stunt.
cut that part out.
Allegedly.
Cut that down. Cut that out, Mike.
What?
You gotta condense this episode down a little bit, so cut that part out.
No, we don't have to condense it down at all. But we will say goodbye because Keith's got to go to work and I've got to pretend to go to work. And he's a doctor. He's got to go save lives, Dan.
It's true.
Yeah, I know. All right.
And then he's got to film Grey's Anatomy right after this. Okay.
Yeah. Do you wear Grey's Anatomy scrubs?
I don't think so. No, no, they're definitely not Grey's Anatomy scrubs.
Okay.
I do go by McDreamy.
He walks
is that from that show?
I don't know. I don't watch that show.
I don't do that. I think that's one of the doctors.
Thanks, Keith, for coming on.
Yeah, awesome. Fun time, guys. My favorite podcast for sure. Even better than what I'm on. I enjoy this. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding, Island Boys.
Mike.
Just kidding.
That'll just be like, well, I mean, everybody says we're better than Trashy Cash, so that should be enough for us.
Like you can't get cocky like that.
We beat the gold standard.
I don't want to be on the bad side. I actually want to go listen to Trash. You guys are going to work. I'm going to go listen to Trash Cash.
Yeah, I got to do the same thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'll listen at work.
All right.
Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much, Keith, for hanging out. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
And look forward until the next time. And then I'll keep in touch with you about the trip to the dojo. We got to make it happen,
man.
Josh.
Look forward to it. All right. Thanks, guys. Dude. Peace, everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
Did you turn it off yet?
Working.
Okay.
I did it. I didn't do it. I didn't.
Still counting.
I don't know. I'm retarded. Like I just say it.